Welcome back, folks, to Nerdio Commentaries Secret of Mana playthrough. Chaz here with you.
And Pitt.
And we're finally getting started off on our first of the two-player adventure. So like I said in the last part, by pressing start on controller 2, player number 2 can take control of the secondary character. And I think we're getting started off to try and buy some armor and such, but apparently the guy's comatose.
Armor helps you when you get hit by bad guys.
Yeah, it helps give you like more defense, of course. Armor is pretty much an important staple in any role-playing game, or all sorts of different games, actually. So we're finding out there's something strange going on in this town. Like, most of the grown-ups are all, zombified.
Like brainwashed or something.
Yeah. And the little kids are somehow not affected. Is this like a Home Alone parody? Actually, no, because the grown-ups would be the thieves, too. Oh, well, anyway.
So we're going where?
So what we have to do, I think what we decided is you need to go find your boyfriend Dyluck, and you want my help, because you helped me from getting eaten by goblins earlier.
Alright.
So he went off to the witch's palace, the witch Elinee, and Pitt gets into her first battle and gets knocked out.
Yeah, I'm not that very good with us at the beginning.
We get a little better later on, though. We were just playing actually earlier, and we were recording about part 100 or so. So yes, folks, this is going to be a long playthrough. But we're looking at this now. Like, look at our hit points.
It's like 45 and 69 right now.
We had my character at that point at part 100. I have like 500 some hit points.
I think I have like 400 and something.
Pretty close to that. And it's like, it looks just, we look like kids back here.
And we don't really see the flowers that much up where we're at. Different guys to fight. Yeah,
all these characters have been like, we've seen various levels of them. Like, we've seen blue flowers that are stronger later on, but now we're fighting things like dragons, and although we do still see new mushrooms later on, and new Sonic the Hedgehogs as well.
With birds and everything.
And the ability to kill you in one freaking hit. I don't see how turning someone to stone makes them dead. And obviously, turning someone to stone, all you have to do is use a medical herb on them, and it's going to heal them. Alright, come on, Pitt, you can take him. Here's a candy for you. For a job well done.
100.
Yes, the candy gave us back 100. Back then, candy was abundant, and it's like, why do we need one whole candy? We've only got 50 hit points.
Now candy's not even close to enough.
These mushrooms keep taking you out with sleep powder.
I was so bad at fighting those in the beginning.
So what we're doing here, as you'll see, like, we're trying to make sure that our power goes back up to 100% before we attack again, so we can get the strongest hit.
If you hit like one right after another, it doesn't really do anything.
No, it is effective for keeping them on their toes and like not able to fight back, but when you're just one or two characters, you want to make sure you get as strong hits as you can. Same thing too, if you hit the A button to run, that takes up your stamina. You have to, once you're done running, wait for it to charge back up again.
I'm using the knuckles right now. It's my starting off weapon.
Yeah, the gloves.
Yeah.
So
it's my favorite one too.
There's something you can do with them too. I don't know if you have to charge up or not, but if you get enough, if you hit the button a certain combination, you can actually throw the bad guy behind you. I think we do that later on.
I remember I did that and I was like, whoa.
And we don't know how to do it, and we wish we did. So you just leveled up your gloves there to level 1. Now, if you wanted, you could start charging your attacks. So we're going to switch up weapons a little bit here. I think you wanted to use the sword, and I wanted to power the gloves up.
Alright, we have like so many weapons now.
Yeah, we've got... Back here, we've only got the 3 weapons, but we've got... You get 8 different ones throughout the course of the game. So seeing our limited choice now is kind of funny.
Well, it's easier to charge everything up. Now, like, I'm behind on everything.
Yeah. And once again, you get knocked out by sleep powder.
I think this is the one where I started to do really bad on.
Yeah.
So you're, like, trying to take out 2 to protect me while I'm laying there?
I'm trying to keep you safe. Get away from her, guys!
And then
now you can get them.
Instead, I'm like, what do I do?
Yeah, instead of fighting back, you're running around like a chicken with your head cut off. Look, there you go again. And I've been poisoned while you're taking a nap. So you can sort of see when I was fighting those mushrooms, I was getting like the low charged hits. At least it was keeping them from putting you to sleep over and over again. There, now you need some candy to get your life back.
Were those bugs the only ones where you kill? They like turn into skeletons and just drop?
Yeah, like as soon as they die, you basically see their bones just fall out of their body.
And those other ones just like explode into nothing?
Yeah. Each character has their own sort of like death animation. I think there's only the two of them. Just they'll either explode into like the blue goo, or their bones will shatter, which is pretty brutal.
Or there's different ones later, like those blob ones that turn pink.
They sort of explode in pink goo. I think we're going to head over to this side first. Going up top is Gaia's Navel, which will lead to the Castle of the Witch. But first we're stopping off in this village for healing and items. And look at all our money. 266 whole gold pieces.
We can't really do that much with that.
Not at all. We're going to take a nap and heal our energy back. So now we're ready to continue the adventure. We're not going to save it just yet because we've got more stuff to do first.
And there's 3 beds there.
Yes, 3 beds in case someone happens to come along later. Like Ralph.
There's a lot of those.
Every time we see a little kid, he's got like the little raccoon cap or something. What was it, in Southtown, I think?
Gold City, maybe? I don't know.
There's a character later, one of the little kids, that he says the most Ralphiest of Ralph-type lines. Ever since then, we see those little kids, we think it's Ralph Wiggum.
And he's like, there's a whole city of them. There's only like 2, but they're everywhere.
Yeah, that's where I saw the leprechaun. He told me to burn things.
Buying armor?
Yeah, we gotta equip some better stuff so we don't get killed as easily. We'll still get killed, but...
not as easy.
Yeah. Now see, you don't have any head equipment there. I think we can throw a suit here on you. Yeah, you go from 4 to 10 defense, which is a little bit better. And we have to... look, you just de-equipped it. See, we're still getting used to the menu system. It's a little different where they have it set up in rings, and instead of actually selecting an item and saying equip and all that...
you just have to like... I don't know, the buttons are confusing for it.
Yeah, you do eventually get used to it, but not until like very later in the game. Even then we mess up. Like, what's really hard is if a character dies, they're no longer under control of a player, so that when you bring them back to life, the player has to press start and take their character back. When we have 3 of us in the game at the end, we've had times when one of us dies, then another one dies, and Pit will come back but take over the 3rd character that she's not supposed to be, and we have to switch it up, and it gets very confusing, and we die.
At one part, the 3rd player was controlling me, and like we couldn't really stop because we were trying to hurry.
And then, well, we won't say any spoilers, but we were using our secondary mode of transportation, and the 3rd character was in control of it, and he had never controlled it before, so that was a lot of fun maneuvering.
That was so, like, confusing.
Yeah, we'll get to that eventually. So now that we're all healed up and we've got our items, let's continue onward.
Whoa, bunny in one hit.
Yes, you're going to see a lot of time spent training our weapons and leveling up here, folks, so we will apologize for that, but we'll try to keep you entertained. If not, just look at the pretty trees.
That has nothing on them, just leaves.
Yeah. So we're going to head up through this way. This is actually the entryway to Gaia's Navel. And for those of you that don't know, navel means belly button.
Oh, that thing looks like a heart.
Oh, the dirt?
Yeah.
Just remember, they can't see you pointing.
Oh, right. I was telling you.
Oh, okay. See, I thought you were commenting for the people. Why would we do such a thing? So at this point, there's 2 things that we have to do. You want to go to the castle to look for Dyluck, which is up north there if we continue on. But I have to go down to the dwarven village in Gaia's Navel to reforge the sword. So we're going to go down there first. I like how when you do a dodge, you do different things, like sometimes you'll just block, but you just saw I did a backflip to avoid that flower.
Oh, yeah.
And as you go through and you get more charged up weapons and you can do stronger attacks, the animations that you get to use are a little bit more interesting too. I like the level 6 sword charge. We just do this big hurricane windmill spin, sort of like Link from Legend of Zelda.
And I think for the gloves, you can do like a roundhouse kick thing, like
Oh,
a spin.
yeah. So as we finish off this plant, we're going to sign out, and then we'll catch you in the next part.